Okay. All right. So good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen. You'll be seeing my screen a lot. Toby, don't leave. Oh, don't leave. I'm seeing someone is trying to leave. Don't leave. Oh. I'll be sharing my screen. From time to time, I'll just request that we, what was it called? That we also speak and, oh, you people, I hope you didn't see that. Oh my God. Well, if you were not on the call, then you didn't see that. So, but if you saw it, you still see it again. That's supposed to be like a later unveiling of you guys, the people that participated and everything. Please, can we hear me? Can we see my screen? I can't see you guys, so I will need you to actually respond so that I'll know that you can hear me clearly and you can see my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. We can see your screen.
Okay. All right. Just give me a sec. Let me, before we get started fully, we are expecting quite a number of people on the call today. So I want to ensure that none of the people that are supposed to be here miss out. So just give me a second. As per our culture, when it's time for meetings, we don't we don't we don't do the thing of waiting and, oh wait, let's wait for more people to join, let's do this. No, we just start, because we've put out announcements, we've put out the time, we've put out every information that we think everybody should know about and be ready to join in. So if anybody is not here, they will just join us along the time. And the people that came early, um, we deserve to actually also respect their time. So again, I want to welcome every one of us to the call. And I want to just say a few things before we move ahead. And that's to say that, they say that the journey of 1,000 miles, begin with a step. There's a very sweet announcement at the end of the call. So every one of you, I want you to, just stay on the call, stay tuned. Something good is going to happen. Okay. So good morning, welcome. I can see more of us on the call. I'm also trying to keep track to ensure that I don't lose you guys. So I'm yeah, doing two things at the same time. So welcome. So I was saying that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and there are decisions you make in life, and you know that when I get to where I really want to be in the future, I can refer back to this particular decision that it was this particular decision I made that actually catapulted my career. That was what inspired me to actually pursue this particular field. And, I am what I am today because of that decision. I'm in marketing, and I know quite a number of us are also doing other things. Some of you are in banking, you are in several other fields, which is perfectly okay, because I mean, in cybersecurity, there's always room for transition. I'm in marketing and I got into marketing by chance. It was just one of my mentors saying, oh, I have an organization and we need someone to just help us follow up on leads, do this, do that. Can you join our marketing department? And I was going for service. I was not doing anything. I'm like, why not? Extra cash. And I did it for a year. I went for service. I came back. I continued doing it. And I'm in marketing today. If he had not had that conversation with me, I probably might be doing something else with my life today, right? Now, many of you joined this program with the intention of, oh, maybe you saw it on social media, a friend forwarded it to you, you just saw, okay, let me just join. And you joined, and cybersecurity has not been something you're really thinking about as per maybe like going into it fully. But joining the program one way or the other must have, I believe, influence your decision now, and you are beginning to see that this is actually an opportunity for me, right? And I just want to really congratulate you guys. We celebrate the small wins in our organizations. We are big on celebrating small wins because we know that when you focus and meditate on those small wins, you can actually, use them as stepping stones to your next wins, to your next several victories. We've had several people come to our organizations to learn cybersecurity. Many of them, they came with no experience at all. Many of them, they were transitioning from other fields that are not cybersecurity related at all. And, we see many of them today. Um, Last year, for some of you that watched our YouTube and you went through our YouTube videos, you will see a particular video by Mr. Obiora Awogu. It was the one we invited for last year graduation 2.0. And he spoke a lot. He spoke about the fact that he was an intern at a bank. It was not like it was it was a teller rather at a bank, and in that same bank, he rose to be a senior top cybersecurity professional. Now he's the CISO of Momo by MTN, for some of you that are aware. I want to believe you know him. So I just want to say, I'm saying all this to say that don't despise this victory. For some of you that were actually engaging in class, you were showing up, we stay for sometimes. I know we can be on the call for like 5 hours, 4 hours plus, and some of you will still try. Check the back end. I saw how long you guys were staying in class, and I just really want to appreciate you guys for putting in the effort. You're doing it for yourself, but at the same time, you're telling us that we're actually giving value, and that means so much to us. So thank you, and thank you so much. Congratulations. And for some other people that are thinking, oh, maybe this is the first time you are attending this program, since we started, you didn't attend any of the class, we still appreciate you for coming. Karen Lam, I put that quote there on your screen, you can see it. It said that a year from now, you may wish you had started today. So a year from now, you may wish, oh, I wish I had taken that essential program seriously. 20 years from now, I hope you don't have that same wish. Okay, so because this program is something we do from time to time, so you can always join the next cohort that will be starting. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Again, I'll say that please drop messages on your group. Help us to motivate your class people to be on the call. Let them join in. And for some of you that invited your parents, Ashwebi, all those, we told you guys that, bring your families, bring people who want to celebrate you. So let them join the call and also hear, about your achievements. So welcome, parents, you're welcome, family, friends, you're welcome to the celebration. So let me just quickly go through some things. We have our guest speaker. I don't know if he's on the call already. Mr. Warith, if he's not, he will join in a bit. So I won't want to delay him because we had a specified time for him to start. But I want to start by letting us know the vision behind this program. Some of you in class during your feedback time, some of the things you were saying was that, oh, this thing is actually impactful. This is good. You've been learning a lot, and we are glad to see that. We are glad to know that it's actually beneficial to you. The aim of the organization via managing director, Mr. Adedotun, is to actually, I think he had to actually tell us that he really, really wants to give back to the community. Sadunix has been existing for over 13 years. 13 years of you've been building a company, you've been building visions, you've been building people, and we've been impacting a lot of organizations, helping them cybersecurity-wise. But this program is a way for us to actually give back to the community. As we announced when we started, the program is entirely free. Nobody charged you anything. If there is anybody asking you for money for this program, that is not from us. That is not from us. You are probably going to be scammed. So please don't pay anybody. Nobody is going to ask you for any money. This program is entirely free, and that's because we are spending that effort to actually give back to the community. Now, it might be one person that from this program, that's when they will make the decision to actually pursue a career in cybersecurity. For us, that's a big win. Even if it's two people who are able to encourage and inspire to actually start out in cybersecurity, that is a big win. Now, when you go on YouTube, you see a lot of videos. Oh, cybersecurity is this, cybersecurity is that. There's a lot of, will I say, disjointed information about what cybersecurity exactly is. Now, our intention is actually to break everything down. And you see the progression of your classes. We started from ethical hacking essential, we went on to network defense essential, and then we finally moved on to digital forensics essential. And I heard some of you in class saying, oh, I think I'm more in tune with digital forensics. I think I want to go in tune with ethical hacker instead. It's beautiful. That's what we want, right? And we just want to give back, and again, to make cybersecurity more engaging and accessible, I've had people make calls. I told you I'm in marketing, so we receive calls, sales. People will say, "Oh, the cybersecurity people are doing. Do I have to code? Does it involve coding? Do I have to know how to code and all that?" So there are a lot of misconceptions out there, and this cyber essential program, is to actually break down all those misconceptions, and actually give you the accurate information about what cybersecurity exactly is. And then the other thing is also to build the next generation of cyber experts. As I said that Sadonis has been existing for over 13 years. This year will be our 14th year of establishment. I think someone wants to clap, someone wants to celebrate us, and we've been doing a lot. Let me just put it that way. We've been doing a lot. And, I can assure you that we have, I don't want to make blanket statement, but we've actually trained quite a number of people that are doing well for themselves, for their family today. And I can just take that from me. Okay. We have a long list of alumni, because what happens sometimes is that big organizations actually come to us and say, come and train our people. So, you can just see us training the team of cybersecurity professionals in one particular bank. That will cut across a lot of things. So we've actually done a lot, right? And our goal is not to boast about our achievement in the past. We also want to look forward to doing greater things, in the future. And that's why this Cyber Essential program was also created to actually, as I said earlier, inspire maybe one person to actually pursue a career in cybersecurity. Now, this is a time when you will have to actually put your virtual ends together, as Mr. Isaiah will always say, and just help us appreciate the team. This is the team of professionals behind the scene that we're working hard to ensure that the class progress smoothly. You had a great experience. I can tell a lot of stories, some of the behind the scenes stuff. We just send the link to the group. You join the call, instructor will show up, and then we teach, and then we join another call later on. A lot of things were actually going behind the scene. The moving of, let me just mention and apologize again for some of you that may still be holding a grudge with us that the videos were not shared early, especially when we started. Take my apology. There were a lot of things going on behind the scene. And, I have to assure you that, trust me, we put in every effort to ensure that we actually do put out the video at the time we could, And so please come on the call, put your hands together, help me celebrate my team. These are amazing team. So please help me celebrate them. I'll call their name. Just clap. When I call my own name, I'll call my own name last. Some of you on the call, you know what to do already. I won't say it. If you're not doing what you're meant to do, that means you were not in class. So I'll start with Mr. Christos. He's our programs manager. HR is teams manager, basically. Just coordinates the team, and he does a lot of phone calls behind the scene, how the classes are going, checking up. He joined the class most of the times, just to see how things are going. If there are any issues, let us know so that we could calculate. So help me appreciate Mr. Christos Oloyede. I'm not seeing you guys hand though. I'm not seeing you guys hand, your virtual hands rather. Please help me appreciate Mr. Christos. Then there is I'll jump someone. There is Glory Balogun. She's the one that, she's on the call with you during break time. She will come and, talk to you, ensure that the links are shared with you guys, answer your questions. Some of you will be sending messages to her. She will still respond. Help me appreciate Glory. Thank you so much, Glory. There is Airtel Lalabada, who is a business development manager for SAIP. Some of you guys from SAIP that are on the call, you know what you used to use our eyes to see, right? Let me appreciate Airtel. You get emails from her. She's doing a lot for you guys to ensure that the program progresses smoothly. Help me appreciate Airtel. There is Oyindamola Daramola. Sorry, Oyindamola is actually a member of the marketing team. She's not the creative designer. She's a member of the marketing team. Let me appreciate that too. And then there is Dio George, who actually work on all our videos. So all the videos you're seeing on our YouTube platform, so someone messaging me like, I like the intro to that video. I think it was Abib. I was saying that I really love the intro. He came up with it. He's been doing a lot for us. Let me appreciate Dio. And then let's move on to our instructors. This is where I actually expect you to clap more. Clap as much as you can. Let's start with Mr. Isaiah. Mr. Isaiah, digital forensics. So those of you that were in the class, just help me appreciate Mr. Isaiah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for the effort. And then there is Samsi Ajayi, who also took a part of the ethical hacking essential. Help me appreciate Samson. Appreciate Samson. Let me see your hands, your virtual hands. And then finally, there is Timileyin Eson. I don't have to say a lot. Yeah. Help me appreciate Timmy. Thank you so much, Timmy. Thank you, everyone, for putting in the effort. We are big on appreciation in our organization because we believe that, if you're doing something good, we appreciate you, we recognize you so that you can also be spurred to do much more. So finally, let me just put your virtual hands together and finally appreciate my team, our amazing team. I'm omitting someone here, and that's deliberate because that's our managing director, Mr. Adedoto Adewusi, who is a visionary and he just has the whole vision to the organization and us putting all this together. We will not be here if he had not started, the organization, and employed us, so we're glad, to work with him. It's always a pleasure to work with Mr. Dotson. All right, so Glory, please confirm if Mr. Dotson is on the call. Just want to be sure. Sir Dotson, are you on the call, sir? Okay, I don't think so. All right, so you mentioned you might not be able to show up, but I'll call on Mr. Christos Oleyede instead, to just say a few things to us, share a few things with us as we move on and progress to the other part of the ceremony. So, Mr. Christos, over to you. So I think he was also the one that gave the CEO speech during our induction. So please just help me appreciate him as he speaks. Mr. Christos.
Good morning, everyone. Samuel, thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, apologies. I might not be able to turn on my video at the moment. So I want to say well done to the team that's actually organized this. it's not quite easy to set up programs like this. With the technical team, they don't sleep. Yeah. Even when the program is attended, they will still have to work with data. They will have to plan, and they will have to do one or two things. So please kindly help me appreciate Samuel and his team, Samuel, Glory, Oyin, Dio, and the rest. Then also the technical team who has shown their skills and competence in for you to see that cybersecurity, there's always a misconception outside there. And people always think, oh, cybersecurity is just a course I can go to. Meanwhile, there's a lot to learn from that thing. And I've said, we always say this, that most of you have seen videos, you have seen movies. And when you see them press something, you're always eager to learn cybersecurity. But it's a different thing entirely. And I think most of you have also seen that. And the first part of it is understanding your network. People don't, and that's one of the reasons why they've always recommended or advised you not to connect to a public network. So that I've joined and I've started with our programs, we also urge you to not to stop there, but also continue and learn more. It's also able to see yourself at the top in the next 3 years, in the next 4 years, because this training takes growth. It takes time, it takes dedication, it takes hard work. So, and people that have done all this have seen themselves at the top, and they can testify to this. So, I want to also encourage us not to give up at any point in time, but to give ourselves to learning, to also give ourselves to improvement always. People will always come to you, they will always ask you. You can also share that knowledge that you've also acquired. It is never too small to share. So, and as you started the journey, and I hope that in the next 3, 4 years, 5 years, we'll all see you guys at the top. We'll see you guys doing well. We'll be proud to call you and say, oh, there was a time that you were part of our program, our cyber entry program, and we want to be proud of you. And that's why, Samuel, as I always encourage you to share that story, just write it. Internet never forgets. The tweet you put down today, the information you put down on X, on Instagram, it will never disappear. And you can count that as your journey. You can also reference that even when you're talking to multitudes of people to say, oh, there was a time there's a complaint called Cydonics. I was an entry-level person, and even ask me to tweet. You can also mount that tweet and put it in your presentation. So we encourage you to learn. Don't give up. There will be times that you feel tired. There'll be times that you feel, oh, network is in your hands. Don't give up. Just stand out of the multitude to say, oh, I want. And that's why you will be in the next 3, 4 years a cyber professional. So, everyone, thank you for your time. Thank you for spending your internet. Thank you for your precious time that you've spent to watch, to listen to the incredible instructors that have spoken to you, to also be people that I've also. I want to say thank you to you all. On behalf of our CEO, which is Adedoton Lucy, I want to say thank you to everyone. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we put our virtual hands together and just appreciate Mr. Christus? Thank you so much for those words. I think what you said about thanking them for their data spent, it was in the first class we had a student that said, oh, I've never spent this amount of data before in my life. And I hope it's worth it. I want to believe it's actually worth it. So your data is not wasted. Your resources are not wasted because we've not wasted your time either. Thank you so much, Mr. Christos. And then this is the session that I have been waiting for. And I want to believe that for some of you also, you've been waiting for. Um, let me give a background to us for this particular session. Last year, when we had our graduation last year, we invited Mr. Obiora, who is also an alumni, who, did some trainings and certifications with us, and we sent a mail to all our alumni. We invited them that they should also join the session for that particular graduation. And one of the people that joined was Mr. Warith Oshodi, and I think when Mr. Obiora finished, he was speaking, has some very, very intelligent questions. I'm like, oh, this man is very, very intelligent. So when we were having our sessions this year, we were discussing in the team, and I'm like, let's bring Mr. Warith on board. I think he has something really, really concrete to share with the students. And I can assure you, for you to rise to the level where you're managing cybersecurity operations in an organization, you have to be intelligent. You have to know, you have to be watch your onions, right? So let me just read the bio we have here. Warith Oshodi is the cybersecurity manager at FSDH Group and an expert in information security, GRC, and operations. A certified hacker, a certified ethical hacker, and ISO 27001 lead implementer. Warith has extensive experience leading cybersecurity strategies, protecting critical organization assets. He holds a master's in information technology from the University of Lagos. So I want you to just welcome with me. I know you'll be sharing a screen. I want you to welcome, jam your hands together. Welcome, Mr. Warith Oshodi, to hear and listen. We gave him a topic, about I don't want to preempt anything, so just help me welcome him as I yield the mic to him and let him just continue talking. So, Warith, over to you.
Thank you very much, Sir Samuel. Can you hear me, please? Can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. The Sardonyx team, and especially my colleagues on the call. I mean, everyone on the call, right, are my colleagues. Just to put some perspective into place, we apart from the session that Mr. Samuel was talking about, actually attended the just concluded classes together. So, I mean, I attended quite a number of the sessions from the beginning to the end. I'm very familiar with Mr. Isaiah, Christos, and a host of all of them. So I'm basically part of the Sardonyx team by extension. I'm sure Mr. Christos understands that critically. First off, right, I would like to say congratulations to you all for being part of this organization, part of this initiative. I've known Sardonyx for quite a while now, and I must tell you, I mean, I was part of the class, like I said, and I heard quite a number of people, complaining about, oh, I attended this training at an institution. Oh, it was a situation of what I ordered versus what I got, that kind of thing. And I'm sure by now you would have like different testimonies or perspective to that as to what we have gotten from Sardonyx education in the past few weeks, which I will tell you, they barely just even scratched the surface, right? And I could tell from the body language there was some exciting information that was passed. You saw some scripting, some screens moving and all that. So practically, I'll tell you that cybersecurity is beyond that, but then not to scare you. right? It's just to, set the right mindset, put the um information, just put it out there, put it in the right place. And to say that when you hear cybersecurity, it is beyond, hacking, it's beyond some guy with a hoodie, in dark room, green screens and numbers all over the place. When you come to the real world, it's a different ball game, right? And we'll just go through that in a few minutes. My slides are very few, and I'll basically just be, we'll just discuss, right? Give you my story, tell you before and after, what is attainable in the industry, and I mean what I've seen in the industry. So permit me to just go ahead and share my screen. Mr. Samuel, I don't know how many minutes do I have?
Actually 50 minutes, but you can just go on.
Okay, I'm sure we'll not
Yeah.
talk to 50. So please confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, please? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I see the virtual arms. Okay, so as mentioned
Yes, you
earlier, right?
can.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. The topic that was given to me is it says how to, position yourself for entry level cybersecurity roles. So I mean that is up there. All right. And I added the beyond the certificate part. And why did I do that? Is because there seemed to be a, do I call it misconception or a notion that, what, just pass the certification and you get the job. Well, I'll tell you for free, it is not that easy, and that's not what is attainable in the industry. Maybe before there has been a shift because HRs have now realized that, or institutions have realized that people come, you come in with certificates and you don't know the job, you don't know what to do. Right. So we are now moving back. There's now a mindset shift, right? To say, oh, okay, we'll learn on the job, or we're looking for who to train. So just to give you a bit of comfort, right? The fact that you do not have a certificate, a cybersecurity certification now, does not mean that you will not get an entry level cybersecurity role or a job. So I would expand on that as we go into the slides, right? But then let's just start the conversation. Why choose cybersecurity in 2026? I mean, I know we're just getting into the year. So, and from you might have attended a lot of sessions, trainings, and the conversation is still the same, right? The duration or the time period just changes. Why should you choose cyber in 2026? So, I mean, beyond competitive salaries, right? So, we're seeing a fundamental mindset shift, right? In you know the kind of rules, tax, every company's operations and things like that. Every institution basically now has become a how do I call it? That has become a tech company. Think about it. The most the very vague. Just think of that company has become a tech company. Is it fashion? Right. So you have moved from just the under the roof tailoring or tailors to fashion designers that now have systems set up. Their designs are cut out by machines and all of that. They're all over the internet. Everybody's all over the internet, creating content and things like that. They're trying to create a reach. So think of it as a fashion house now who has built a presence on the internet, and you do not think to have some level of cybersecurity awareness, right? So how do you protect your brand? So you wake up one morning and your brand, it has been defaced or is showing something else. What then comes into play? Cybersecurity comes into play, right? Be it awareness or be it the security protocols that use to protect your website from attackers, and things like that. Cybersecurity. What else? Transport. There are a lot of electric cars being produced now, and I tell people, or I when I'm in discussions with my colleagues, the more advanced we get, the more susceptible we are to cyber attacks. It means that the attack surface is being broadened, is now very wide. Before, the attack surface used to just be your computer and your computing environment. Now everything is connected, everything is on the internet. You have electric cars, you have driverless cars now. It just takes.
We understand this. Are we good up
Hello?
to this point? We did this the last time. This is just a
Can we have
recap.
everyone mute their
Right.
mics, please?
Now, if you want to add a second row
Yes, I will do
to
that
this
in
table, which is now where the actual data will be flowing through, we are going to now create another TR. This is now our second row. But this time around, we'll be
Hello,
using
do we know
table
who's speaking?
data.
Can we get them muted? Can I go on?
I'm sorry for the disturbance. Yes, you can go on now. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I hope we are following and we understand, I'm just trying to create that, put things into perspective. So I mean, there are a whole lot of reasons why, we're talking about cybersecurity now. And I mean, look at 3-4 years back, it looks like everybody wanted to be a programmer. Everybody wanted to code. Everybody wanted to go into web development, programming and all of that. We're talking Python, C Sharp, and all that stuff. But now, guess what? Everybody wants to do cybersecurity, right? So the question is now, do I have to know how to code to be in cybersecurity? Well, I'll allow you to answer that. Do I have to do this to be in cybersecurity? Is cybersecurity so difficult? Well, I guess that's why we're here, right? And you have seen some things for yourself, or are just going to point you in the right directions. Part of the conversation we're going to have here today is how to, position yourself for those entry level roles, getting into the door. So, which now brings me back to the conversation of certifications, right? That not that I didn't say that it wasn't important, but the general information is just okay. So it says certification gets you into the room. It opens the door, right? As a hiring manager, if I look at your profile and I see you have this number of certification, okay, let me talk to this person, right? It does not get you the job. The certification opens the door. So certification is actually quite as important, but there are other things that needs to be put into perspective. So yeah, some of the top reasons why we're talking cybersecurity now, and I mean 2026 global talent gap. It means that what that just means that a lot of companies, right, require the services of a cybersecurity analyst, a cybersecurity awareness person, a vulnerability manager. There are hundreds of roles in cyber, right? And I mean, it's an open all for anybody. Just any amount of people can just come in. So there's no fear of, if I don't get in now, I'm going to lose this opportunity. No. So which is why you need to get the foundation right. And of course, mission driven. You need to understand what cybersecurity is, what you are going to be doing as a cybersecurity person, protecting data, privacy, infrastructure, um, is now, I mean, increasing in the digital world. This is what I explained earlier about, every company now being a tech company in the real sense, right? There's a big need to protect people's data now. There are a lot of regulations. There's GDPR for European, Union countries. There's NDPR in Nigeria. For everything that you do on any gadget or mobile device or anything, you are putting your information out there. Now, look at it this way, right? You wake up one day and you are seeing your information on some website or on some billboard or something. I guess you'll be asking this question, or somebody calls you and says, you're owing us so amount of money. And you're wondering, I did not take a loan from anybody. I did not register here. What happened? It's because you have put your information in a lot of places that you may have even lost track of. Now this information is sitting on a server somewhere. Some hacker somewhere has broken into the system, taking this information, not necessarily needing it, but guess what? He now puts them up for sale on the dark web. So he goes into the dark web and says that, I have 1,000 credentials of some Nigerian students that are looking to join, get into cybersecurity. Who wants to buy? Now, somebody that has a motive and says, okay, it's So, he gets hold of that information and decides to craft, a payload. He tries to craft a phishing email to say, since the targets are aspiring cybersecurity, analysts or professionals, let me push this into them and say, oh, join cybersecurity in 3 steps. No experience required. And everybody rushes there. You start clicking on links and all of that. Right? You click on a malware, it gets into your mobile devices, your systems, gets to your email to harvest more information that may now be valuable to him. Did you see that chain? And that person now sits down to now, craft and load a successful attack. So mission driven, you need to protect data. You need, privacy, to protect people's privacy and just protect the general infrastructural landscape, right? And versatility. I already mentioned this. There are a lot of rules for virtually anything you can think of, right? And of course, future proof. So cybersecurity is a recession resistant career path. Essentially just means that you would never the world will never stop needing cybersecurity professionals. I mean, come to think of it, where were we 20, 30 years ago? Now everyone is online. And we're really talking future, right? There are now driverless cars. What are the initiatives that are going to come in years to come? It's essentially going to be based off of tech and all of that. So as long as tech is still going to exist, right, then you're talking cyber will exist for a long time. Now we've moved from, on-prem critical infrastructure. We have now gone to cloud. Now, what is cloud? Essentially, cyberspace, right? So just have that mindset and rest assured that if you're looking to get into this field, you are not making a mistake. It's not a waste of time, and things like that. Okay, so moving on, right? So what will be the best next thing to talk about is to say targets entry level roles, right? So don't just a lot of people make mistakes of just you go online or you go to LinkedIn and you just start searching, oh, cybersecurity specialist, right? It's just too broad. You know what it is to be tagged a specialist. Look at it from a medical perspective, right? So there are nurses, there are doctors, there are consultants, there are specialists. So before you even be referred to a specialist, I'm sure you must have gone through a whole, you know, a very long chain, or maybe not necessarily long. You get to a point and they tell you, oh, you need to see a specialist in this particular thing, right? So you need to cascade down to a certain bracket, right, of entry level roles that you should be looking at. Right, the very popular ones, right? SOC analysts. SOC analysts are that's basically threat detectors, right? They are like the frontline security, staff, right? So you're looking for yeah there at the front line, right? Actively monitoring, networks. Once you see any signs of or indicators of compromise, you pick them up and you do your investigation, initial triad, and all of that, right? GRC compliance, of course, the junior rules. What GRC means is governance, risk, and compliance or control in some spheres. And what that does, this is good for people that you're not very technical, you don't like coding as such, you don't you're not a very technical person, but you're good with policies, you like laws, you like standards. Oh, this is what this standard says, let's do it this way. You're looking at GRC. So another thing is you should start, pick a niche early, know what you want to do in cyber, right? Of course, after you must have mastered the basics, which we're still going to talk about, right, as we go along in the slides, right? So this is just to say, don't just go out there and you're looking for, the very broad, say you're looking for cybersecurity professional or specialist. That's a whole long journey, tier it, right? SOC analyst. Of course, even on the SOC analyst cadre, there are now different levels. You have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 SOC analysts before you then get to SOC manager and things like that. GRC compliance officers, vulnerability managers. These are people that we are actively looking for vulnerabilities in networks, systems, infrastructures, and all that. So you essentially do this by identifying vulnerabilities. So maybe you're scanning or you are monitoring, you're using some tool, or even manual threat hunting, right? Then IT security support, or basically IT support. So if you are currently working, because I know there's some people on the call that are already working in IT, if you are currently working as a help desk support, or you're on the IT team, you're setting up systems for new joiners, you're fixing laptops, computers, or you're helping them you are on the right path. I tell you for free, don't be discouraged. Don't think that, oh, I'm just fixing computers and issuing computers. I want to give you a gist. That was how I started. Correct. For free. So yeah, on the right track. And I tell you, in the long run, as you are going through this transition journey, you then realize that it was the best, decision and the best way for you to kick off. Reality check. I think I mentioned this earlier on when I started, right? And it's just to say that employers are not looking for experts, right? So especially for entry level, they know that you're not expected to be a master, or you're not expected to even know so much, right? But what do they look for? Curiosity. Do you actually enjoy solving problems? Are you teachable? All right, then why are you looking to even get into the role? So do you know why something happens rather than how to even just fix it? Right. Then communication. How do you explain this technical concepts? Now, not to even your colleagues, not to a technical person. Right. So a breach happens now. How are you able to break down this complex technical concept to a non-technical person? Now, what you would get to understand by the time you get into the industry, especially when you are not in a core technical environment, say you work in a bank, for instance, is there's the security and technology part, and then there's now business. Basic mindset is whatever you do. Yes, I'm cybersecurity, I'm IT, we're here to we're saving the world, we're protecting systems, we're blocking hackers and all of that. Just know that whatever you do as security, you are supporting the business. Matter of fact, it's the business that is paying your salary. So if you do security in a manner that does not then allow business to function seamlessly, know that your security has failed. All right. So you do not want to secure everything 100%, and then transactions are not going. So you have blocked every IP address that you have seen. Then you have now gone to block a critical third party connection that's supposed to allow transactions to go. So the company is trying to do a transaction of maybe some 100 million, right? And because of your security control, that transaction is not going to work. Guess what? The security is not good enough. Let me just put it that way. All right. So hiring managers, for entry level roles, expect to train you. Do you understand? And like I said, what they can train is your curiosity. Oh, this person has a knack for learning, right? Not someone that will come with 5 certifications. You have security plus, you have CEH, you have CH master, and I tell you, open CMD. You don't know what that is. Or ping an IP address, and you're looking at, you're just looking at the screen. So this is just to give you that this information for free. This is just a reality check, right? So you can write all the certifications in the world. You need to have some basic level of understanding, of course, some soft skills, communication, and all that. And the next is, say, build strong IT foundations. Build strong IT foundations, right? I'm sure you would hear this a lot, even during your training. And you say you cannot secure what you do not understand, right? If I ask you how a hacker intercepts how a hacker intercepts data or a breach, or you don't know how an IP address works or what handshake is, what three-way handshake is, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to continue the conversation with you. So you need to understand, the pipes, the room, how everything connects. You need to understand networking, right? You understand TCP/IP, DNS, DHCP, right? These are basics. These are things that by the time you put the pieces together, eventually forms that architecture that you are now trying to eventually form that building, that house that you are trying to protect. You need to understand how everything connects. You need to understand operating systems, right? Or Windows, Linux, understand terminals and all that. Maybe not an expert level, right? We're talking entry level here. So you need to just know the basics, know how these things work, know why they are there. The very popular security pillars, the CIA triad, confidentiality, integrity, availability. If I ask you, you should be able to give examples of, what happens when you are talking confidentiality. What's the expectation when you're talking about integrity or availability, right? The threat landscape, know how each threat, right, materialize, know what security event can, translate to become an incident, right? Understand what's the connection, how does ransomware happen? You heard of ransomware a lot. Oh, hackers, they hack your system and they're asking you for money. How does it get to that stage? Right? I mean, you know of ransom when they kidnap people, they ask for money. Ransomware, how does it, come in the form of ransomware, software, malware? So how do you tie it to phishing? Okay, you can get ransomware by maybe clicking on a phishing link, right? Then, you know, payload now encrypts your data. Then the attackers are asking for ransomware. Active Directory fundamentals, if you're looking to go into identity and access management, and all that. Cybersecurity builds on IT, builds on information technology, does not replace it. So this takes me back to that point where I said, the other time where I was talking about, if you are currently working in IT support, you are on the right path. Because what that does for you is you understand operating system, you know basic troubleshooting, you know when someone tells you, oh, the network is bad, it's not working, you're pinging systems, you're clearing DNS cache, you know how to set up DNS, you understand what DHCP is. So it puts you on the right path, right? Then you need to build your technical toolkit. I call this technical toolkit because, so again, away from just reading theory and going to YouTube and watching videos, and I mean coming to class and the instructor is talking and you're looking at it, you need to actually be very practical, right? So what you should know is, just like cars, there are different brands, right? Tools change, but the concepts stay the same. And I'm sure if I mention something now, you to drive this point home, you would understand. I know in class you were taught about OSI model. What does OSI model do? OSI model is a framework that just gives a standard baseline upon which all computing systems, all networking systems are built on. Right. So you can come up tomorrow and decide to, build a networking system. You need to go back to the OSI model, look at the principles and follow that standard, right? If whatever product or concept you are bringing out does not follow that standard, it will not be certified. It cannot go into market. It cannot be used. That's why we have, the standards to look at all those things and certify them, for them to be market ready, or for them to be able to be usable, right? So you need to learn how to read logs, right? There are different kinds of SIEM systems out there. There's Splunk, Microsoft Sentinel, ArcSight, new generation SIEMs are coming up now, CrowdStrike, the very and all that. Scanning tools, how to understand how vulnerabilities work, right? Nexus, OpenFast. Master all these tools. And I know that you get a number of all these tools in your Parrot OS or Kali Linux that are there. They're even in your textbooks. You can read about them, set up your lab. I'm still going to talk about that because that is going to help you a lot, because we're talking entry level. So when I'm having a conversation during an interview and you're telling me, oh, you know these things and you can explain or walk me through how to use them, I do not have any reason not to hire you, or at least even move you to the next stage of the interview, because of course, yeah, not of course, I don't expect you to come and hit the ground running, but then I know that I will not have to, take so much time to train someone that does not even understand any of the concepts at all. Right. Then because it is entry level, and like we said, most of the entry level rules, right, or the best way to start, right, from the SOC CADA, IT support and all of that. So you need to understand, ticketing platforms, how they work, very popular ones. There's Jira, there's Slack, ServiceNow, because so when there are issues, these cases are logged, on Jira, you pick up these, attend to them and all that, right? So get comfortable with the command line, right? It's the language of professionals, right? So, and you are trying to move up the ladder. So let's now come and talk about certifications. I'm sure you've heard a lot about this. I'm not going to dwell too much on this. Entry level certifications. I think there's a bias around CEH. Some people think it's too technical, but hey, this is why you're looking to get into the field, right? So Computer Security Plus, yeah, it gives you that broad knowledge of security end to end, things you need to know. CEH is, I mean, for me, right? I think most of the conversation here is I'm just centering it around my own journey. So I prefer CH because I think I'm more hands-on. All right, quite practical, technical. All right, so CH will tell you, it gives you the systems, shows you the protocols, how to break things down. All right, so yeah, Mike, please. So you can consider the certified ethical hacker. It is vendor neutral, right? It validates your proficiency in identifying and exploiting, defending against network vulnerability. So the CH puts you on the defensive side of things. Basically, Computer Security Plus is gold standard for entry levels. Basically, if you have a Computer Security Plus, they say, "Oh, okay, this person is looking to get into security." Of course, you have gone through. If you go through the entire entire course for computer security, you have understood end to end, right? Some basic level of security processes and all that. ISC Square certified in cybersecurity, also good. It gives you basic knowledge of cybersecurity and puts the right mindset into place. Computer Network Plus, this is good for your networking knowledge. Like you said, networking is very essential for you to do anything in cybersecurity. So I think during my opening, I said this, that certification opens the doors, right? It just gets you into the interview, gets you through the door. But the skills that you build over time keep you on the job. So yeah, get practical experience. So I have tried to, arrange my slides, my talking points in a manner that we are building off of the previous point, right? So yes, you have trained, you have got certifications. Part two, it is now time to now put that knowledge into practice, right? Build a home lab. You have virtual box, there's VMware, Kali Linux, PowerOS. Build your home lab, whatever you have used to practice, to learn during the course, put them into practice, simulate your networks, simulate attacks. So like I said, this is what I know CH will give you, right? You have your manuals, you have everything, the cyber kill chain, everything is explained step by step. It tells you, okay, set up how to set up your network, how to create an exploit, how to create an attack, right? It also puts you on the defensive side, and all of that. So do this practical. So it is better to come to an interview and you're saying, oh, I was able to, in my lab environment, I simulated this attack, and this was what I saw, this was what I noticed. I understand how these attacks work. This is how I was able to defend it. I can bring this knowledge into your environment. It gets interesting. at that point, and the hiring manager wants to talk to you. Most times it's not even HR. HR is not a security person. HR is just there to facilitate the process. It is the hiring manager or the technical guys that wants to know that, oh, because one thing you should know is before any organization puts out a an advert, right? There is a need within the organization. So I'm looking for somebody to hire that will come and solve that problem, right? Maybe not entirely, but someone that I can train that will solve that problem, right? So it is better to know that you have requisite knowledge that you can build upon, right? And if it's difficult for you to build labs from scratch, right? There are platforms that are online like Try Acme. There is blue security for those that tend to want to be on the blue team side of things, Act the Box, and all that. Can volunteer for IT security tasks. This is maybe essentially for those that are already in organizations. So you're already working in a company, you're looking to break into cybersecurity, you have a security team, move close to those people, please show me one or two things, right? I want to understand how this works. Right, yeah, on the IT team, move close to your security guys. Show me these things. When you have, a training or a call, put me on the call. I want to understand how these things work. These are things that gives you practical experience, right? Participate in CTF competitions, capture the flag. These are like bug bounty, competitions, right? There are a lot of them out there that if you put a scenario out and tell you, come and compete. It's like you're playing games and all that, right? So document your learning on LinkedIn, on blogs, and all that. LinkedIn is about the easiest that you can really get right now. There are a lot of professionals out there. So you read something or you do something in your lab, articulate your thoughts, articulate your findings, put it out on LinkedIn, right? What that does for you is you have very senior professionals that will go through it and either give you a thumbs up, or you find someone that has done something similar, right? And they also come and give you their own perspective. You share ideas. That way, you start to also expand, your knowledge. So practical experience separates candidates, right? From someone that will just come that has all this certification and just comes and talk. Oh, I understand this. I know. And when you now ask, have you done these things practically? Yes. No. It was just during my training, right? So my next slide is basically just to, like I said, right, power of portfolio, right? So don't just tell us that. I think I mentioned this just now. Show the things that you've been able to do, right? Show off your home lab, right? Your write-ups that you must have put on LinkedIn and all that, your technical summaries, things that you just engage in discussions with like minds and professionals. So don't just come to an interview and say, oh, I know how to find vulnerabilities. I think that's weak. All right. So you say how to find vulnerabilities. What you should do is, oh, this is a report that I did for my own lab. Oh, this is a report from the attack that I simulated in my lab. Things like that. It separates you from other candidates. Then moving into practically now, when you are getting ready to now land those entry level roles, so you need to build a security focused CV, right? So for someone that is currently in IT support or your other role, or you're just even breaking into, you need to tailor your CV, right, with the right keywords that make it look security ready, right? Most CVs are rejected, especially even by computer or even human HR, because they do not. Yeah, you're putting keywords that are just very vague. The keywords are not sounding out. They are not catching the eye or the thought of whoever is hiring. So your CV should show your projects, your own lab, capture the flag, participation, security tools used. Um, the tools that you have been exposed to, your problem solving ability, any internships like this Sardonyx program is a great one, right? That you can, put on your CV to say that, oh, I attended this internship program, I was exposed to this, and this. So you tailor your CV to each job. Tailor your CV to each job means that, so if you see an advert that says a SOC analyst is required. There is a way you put your CV in order to fit that particular role, right? Research what the role is about. Research, the job description, right? Now, come and now assess your knowledge and put your CV together to project that role, make you ready for a SOC analyst role. If I go through my system, I have different versions of my CV. So you will see Warith Oshodi CV, cybersecurity specialist, because that was what was advertised. And I've looked at the job description and I see that, oh, this is me, right? Some other place you see cybersecurity manager needed. I look at the CV again, edit, put the keywords out, rename it. You see, oh, security operations manager, security operations lead. You also go to that CV. So there are different versions of the CV, right? So that from the time the email drops in your CV drops in the email box of the hiring manager or even HR or even through the automated system, these are the keywords that is looking for before it then passes. Right. So, I mean, if your CV does not go past the automated system, it does not even, maybe even from the naming, it does not, catch the eye of whoever is trying to hire you or do the interview, then there's no point. So this is where you now start saying, oh, I've applied 500 times. Well, rejection is also part of the journey, right? But then you need to assess why you're not even getting called, right? Rather than even rejection. So rejection is even when you have gone through the process and they tell you, oh, we are sorry, right? But what do you call when you don't even get, to have a discussion with the team? So your CV should be security focused. It should be interview ready. Sorry, are we still following? Can I get a thumbs up to know that we're still here? Okay, that's great.
Yes.
I'm seeing just three. Can I see more? just just so that I'll show. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So this slide is dedicated to networking, right? So network intentionally, right? And I'm one of the very popular tools that you can just lay your hands on or easily get to is LinkedIn. I said it's your digital billboard. We all know what a billboard is, used for adverts and all that. So you go to LinkedIn today, and there's this LinkedIn joke that is everywhere where somebody somebody posts a picture and says, oh, maybe I drank water, right? But then when you go to LinkedIn, you just say, oh, I am thrilled to announce that I got a cup that has this. There's this very long explanation. Well, you don't blame people. You need to find a way to, project. You're selling. It's like you're marketing yourself, right? And whatever catches the eye, right? The right way. So make sure you use the right headline. Oh, aspiring stock analysts, computer security plus. Oh, this, you put it. So if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you will see Warith Oshodi. Now that is another thing. I don't know, but I think I have a bias about it. So people on the name field of LinkedIn, you would see Isaiah Faguri. Sorry, my oga. Then on the name, you now see command CH master CISM. Like this is just your name field. There is a place for your bio where you can put all this information. Well, again, like I said, it's marketing. I don't blame them. They are trying to project, those accolades, right? To see, well, this is my name, and I have all these things in place. So on my LinkedIn profile, you would see my name, then just on the bio, rather than even putting maybe too many stories, I'll say, oh, cyber and information security. Then I have this, column to say, oh, ISO lead implementer, CH, CISM, just so that you come to my profile, what is on your face is, oh, this person is a certified information security manager, or he has a CH, or is ISO lead implementer. Okay, you know, then you can decide to now go into my profile and probe further. Right. So optimize your LinkedIn. I know some people offer this as even paid services. Well, can say that I don't think I've ever paid for any of this. I'm sorry to those that may be in the business of CV optimization writing and LinkedIn optimization. I have never paid for it. Right. So you can if you have to pay for it, please do, because again, it's an investment you're looking to get returns from. All right. So optimize your LinkedIn headline. You put whatever it is you're looking out to be the aspiring GRC analyst. You put your certifications and all that, trainings that you've attended. I've seen a lot of people, going to upload. I'm happy to announce that I've just, completed the Sardonyx internship, which is great. You put your learnings there, you go back, your assignments, you do some sort of reading, you come back and, put your thoughts there. You get people that would engage you. And this, like I said, is going to start, expanding your knowledge base, right? There are a lot of okay, I think I should say this. That's LinkedIn. So for me, my go-to place, right, for knowledge checks or even get books or anything is LinkedIn. So once I go to LinkedIn and I search a particular topics, in fact, there are some guys that I'm subscribed to, and on a daily basis, they are dropping, books on one topic that are as large as hundreds of pages, right? And I have a folder on my mobile or even on my laptop that I download LinkedIn books. And you cannot this is just to tell you the number of information you can get, right, to increase your knowledge, and while you're also projecting, your aspirations out there. And of course, networking. So you don't just click on the connect button, right? You can put a personalized message there. My name is this. I listened to your talk on social and so program. I'd like to learn this from you. I'm looking for an opportunity in your firm. What this does is the person you're trying to connect to sees that this person is quite curious. Rather than, so if I'm seeing 50 connections and I'm seeing 5 people that have actually gone through the pain to even put a personal message to say, read this about me. Open to an opportunity to discuss more, and things like that. Network intentionally. That's what this is just trying to say. Other avenues that you can also use to network, attend security events, right? Like this one. I know quite a number of my colleagues are on the call, and some mentors and mentees are on the call as well. Attend security events, join cybersecurity communities, connect with professionals on LinkedIn, and ask intelligent questions that will probe further discussions. Opportunities often come through relationships, right? So I think what gets in close. Samuel, I hope I've not overrun my time. So preparing for the interview, I think I've talked about this along the lines of my conversation, right? So be ready for scenario-based questions. So nobody is. I mean, I'm not going to interview you and I'm asking you what is an IP address or ping or what is cybersecurity. So prepare for scenario-based questions. So somebody gives you a scenario to say, okay, you know what? Have you experienced an attack? Okay, maybe because it's entry level, you're just looking to get into the field. Maybe no. Okay, from your training and your studies, walk me through how ransomware works. I think I mentioned that before. Walk me through how you handle a suspected phishing email. Then you start to tell me, okay, I start by identifying the phishing email. I'm looking at the URL. I look at the spellings and all that. If confirmed is phishing, I do this one. So I inform, security. I block the URL. Send an email to staff to say, avoid this email. Do not click on this link. I put out the communication. These are conversations that will now get, that sets you apart from other candidates that will come and say, yes, you have security plus, you have a CH, but then you have a CH and you cannot explain how phishing works. You cannot explain how you handle a suspected phishing mail, how you handle a suspected malware. No. Discuss your security stack, right? Tell us about your home lab. Who have been able to set up this lab on this environment, have been able to simulate this number of attacks, and your soft skills. right? Describe how you would explain a complex situation to your friend or to a non-technical manager, right? So these are things so you can, prepare yourself before even going to an interview, right? Talk to your colleagues. See, I have this security interview. Ask me these questions, right? Or let me talk through these things and tell me how, I've been able to perform. You can even record yourself, sit in front of a camera and assess yourself. This will get you, prepared for this interview. I mean, interviews are now a lot easier these days. They are mostly virtual, other than before. I mean, in my time, right, where you have to physically go into the conference room and you're sitting in front of the panels, for the tension on your body safe, they ask you question, everything just flies up. But now you can have interviews at the comfort of your home, right? And you're just relaxed and all that. Right. So um make sure you are ready to talk about scenarios, you are prepared for your interview sessions. All right. So, I mean, just to say that technical interviews at this, entry level is basically just sanity checks, right? So they will ask you what happens when you type this URL and you put a comma, or what happens when you do this. So nobody's going to ask you what is cybersecurity, what is phishing. No, I don't think anybody does that. I will not ask you that, right? So just prepare your minds. So, okay. Uh, On the final notes, right, I'll just say be consistent and patient. I think I've mentioned this before. Rejection is part of the journey, right? Many professionals have applied a number of times before landing their first role. Stay consistent, keep learning. Cybersecurity is a marathon, right? It's not a sprint, right? So the hackers are always evolving. So we also have to evolve. That is why we keep training and training and training. I did my CEH with Saturnics, I think around 2012. Guess what? I was back in December for another training, CND. Why? CEH has been working. I've been using it. I've gotten different roles. I now got to a role where I discovered that okay, if this has put me in offensive, I need to now learn how to defend it, right? So I've come back to do another training, right? And I have a stack. There are trainings that are still lined up that I'm still going to do before the year, right? So this is how you should prepare yourself, prepare your mind as a security person. The hackers are as you have to be as good as the hacker, right? So I tell I have a couple of friends that always tell. So I tell my people that there's a thin line between the hacker and in fact, you are both hackers. But what's the difference? Right? You are called an ethical hacker. You are hacking for a good cause. So you need to have the same knowledge as the bad guy. You need to know what anticipates their steps, know what they are going to do next, be able to defend it. So by the time you know that okay, these are likely loopholes, this is where this guy wants to come into, then you know to block from that end, right? So and they are evolving. In fact, maybe not to be biased, right? It looks more like even the bad guys, well, I would not say they are more, but just to say that as they evolve, you need to also evolve and be on the top of your game. So that's why there are different roles in cybersecurity that you can get. There's even threat intelligence, right? What does a cyber threat intelligence specialist do? So you have guys, you're constantly looking out for threats, you're on the dark web, you're monitoring system to see that the moment a threat drops like this, you start to look for systems to put systems in place that would block those vulnerabilities or those attacks and things so that it does not materialize. That is why I'm being paid, right? So they like I said earlier, the field is very wide. There are a lot of rules that you can get to, but what we're focused on is even getting into the room, right? Land your first rule, get into cybersecurity. Then you will now realize how large the field is and why you can now start to branch, one place or the other. There are a lot of things that you can do. If you have a passion for learning and a bit of grit, right? There's a seat at the table for you You don't have to be genius to work in cybersecurity. You just have to be more persistent than the problem, right? So this is just to drive home the fact that the field is evolving, a lot of things are happening, the field is wide open. It's time to take your spots. On this note, I'll end my presentation and take questions if there are any. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mr. Warith, please, can we appreciate our, I mean, this is massive. I don't know if you've been listening, but I have, and truly, this is
Thank you so
amazing. Thank
much.
you
Really
so
appreciate
much.
you, sir.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate. So please, if you have a question, just raise your hand quickly so that we'll just take our question and we can proceed. So please, questions. And if you don't want to speak, you can drop it in the chat. You can drop your question in the chat if you don't want to speak. But yes, I haven't seen any hands. And I don't want to call people the way we used to do in class. So guys, just ask your question. I just need maybe 1 or 2 questions or 3, if you could do that. All right, questions. I haven't seen any hands still. I haven't seen any hands. Thank you so much, Mr. Warith, for this. This has been a session, and I think I particularly appreciate the way you actually dwell more on people being visible and, you know, sharing their stories on LinkedIn, you know, very important. Okay, Richard, you raise your hand. You can go ahead with your question. I saw your hand, Richard. I think that was you.
Yes. Good.
All right.
Good day, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Okay. Yes, I can.
So my question is directed to Mr. Warith Oshodi. So for me, I recently transitioned from data analytics to cybersecurity, and I've really loved the ethical hacking part. That's the offensive part of cybersecurity. But most of my resources that I'm getting, including certifications that I'm getting that are for free for me, are all pointing towards the defensive parts of cybersecurity. And for now, I don't want to really waste any resources that I can get my hands on. So I would like to have like a bit of your suggestion on what are the possible things I can do to fully, will I say, to really maximize my usage of all these resources.
Sorry, can you just backtrack and tell me the question again there? I heard you say you transitioned from data analytics into cybersecurity and you want to focus on the defensive, right? So are you asking how to focus on just being on the defensive side?
I'm more interested in the offensive part, but my resources that I've gathered are all pointing towards the defensive part. So I need a little bit of suggestion if I should go for that part, or I should kind of stick to what I want to, that really interests me.
Okay, just to put us on the right path, so we're on the same page. What are these? What could these resources be? Is it training? Is it people that you're talking to, or tools and all that?
Training and certifications, that's the industry certifications.
Okay, so you have offensive, yeah, you have defensive, and what you're interested in is offensive, right? So the truth
Yes.
is, yes, I know you were following, and I mentioned to you that I have always been on the so I've always been on the defensive side, right? That's blue teaming, right? What you realize is, especially for this part of the world that we are in, especially for this part of the world that we're in Nigeria, right? It is rare for you to see that distinction between offense and defense. And I'll explain. As a cybersecurity manager in my institution, my role entails that I ensure the protection of data, infrastructure, and all that, right, from data breaches, which is defense. So what does that mean? I need to ensure that my SOC team, they're top notch on top of their game, they're monitoring threats, and all that. As a part of defending and doing that monitoring, you also need to do some level of threat hunting, right? Which you are scanning for vulnerabilities, right? Threat hunting in some parts is offense, because offense does not really mean that you have to exploit vulnerabilities that you find. You find the vulnerabilities and put things in place to, you know, to avert them, right? So you have that knowledge. So that's offensive knowledge that has not gone to waste. In fact, that you need to have is a skill that you should have, right? If you're an organization that is regulated, say in finance sector, for instance, right, the financial sector, or you're in a fintech, there are regulations. So regulations will tell you every organization should carry out a vulnerability assessment and penetration testing maybe once or twice yearly. You may not be the person running those VAPT assessments. Maybe you contract it to Sardonyx, for instance, right? And they come and do the VAPT. But because you're the in-house person, you give them the resources to work with. They do their operations and give you the report. Do you understand? It is now your job to translate that report, right, to actionable, you know, tracking action items, things that you need to put in place. So this is just to tell you that at this level, right, you don't really have that disparity between offense and defense. It is this is you have you're gathering the same knowledge. And I think I also spoke about that while I was talking about the hackers and ethical hackers. You're expected to have the same knowledge, right? So the person that is coming to attack you, who is the offensive person, right? You as a defensive person need to have that same knowledge so that you're able to defend, against it. It's just like you're playing football on a pitch, right? The fact that you're a defender does not mean that you should not be able to, tackle or dribble or even score goals, right? I don't know if that explains it, just to keep it short.
Thank you
Hi,
very
Richard.
much.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Richard. All right, so can we get one more question? Just one more. We'll take one more question and then we'll give Mr. Warith back his time. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful session with you. Even some of us that are not even in cybersecurity, like me now, I've really learned a lot. Thank you so much. Bayo Balogun, you're raising your hand. Please go on. All right,
Okay.
Bayo. Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. So, Mr. Warris, my question is, sir, what is that one advice you wish you had known, before you start your career in cybersecurity? Because for people coming into from management field, coming into cybersecurity, so to help us, navigate forward. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Mr. Samuel, do you want us to take the other question as well, or should just answer as we go?
So I'm thinking maybe you should address them one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bayo. So the one advice that I think I'd known before. Okay, maybe I may have a bias because now I didn't transition, so to say, right? So I mean, right from school days, I've always been in tech, right? So maybe where the transition happens was probably from networking to systems administrations, and then from that to cybersecurity. So it's basically been, that same journey moving up. But what I would say is for people transitioning from other fields or like management, into tech, cybersecurity, is just to say that one thing I always say is the hardest part, the most difficult part of anything is the decision to even start. Right. So once you have taken that bold decision to say, I want to go through this journey, then just know that you are going to see it through. Right. So the advice would be that for people that are transitioning from management fields or non-technical fields, so to say, it is identify your niche early enough. Know what suits what you are currently doing that would allow that transition to be, seamless or easy. Then build on it. So identify the path you want to go very fast. Then you now build on it so that you are not just running in circles, or you don't get into the field and feel like, oh, is a endless loop, or oh, this is rather difficult than I thought. I don't know if that answers you.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Balogun. Chinyere, yes, we are finally having a female. Please shoot.
All right, good morning, Mr. Warith. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, Chinyere. I can hear you.
Okay, so I want to ask, my question is based on documentation. So when it comes to documenting a project, where do you think we should do it to have the most impact? Is it on LinkedIn or GitHub or a blog? Because I'm thinking that if we focus majorly on GitHub, it will be hard for non-technical hiring managers to kind of follow up with.
Yes, thank you very much. So I think even on my presentation, I had GitHub and then LinkedIn and of course even blog posts. But so looking at our environment, right? So I think the easiest or the fastest is LinkedIn. But come to think of it, you can do all, right? So you put up a blog post or you put up a LinkedIn post. You be sure to share that LinkedIn post on your WhatsApp status for other people to see and they also reshare. Put up something on GitHub, you share the link on LinkedIn so what you're essentially doing is at the end of the day, you want to get a wider reach, right? And know that again, in my own experience, right, apart from even hiring managers on LinkedIn, right, most opportunity and I think I put it right there in my presentation that opportunities come from relationships, right? You'd be surprised that you can get a lot of opportunities from even referrals, right? Say, oh, I know this person can do this thing, check out this person. So any platform that you have that you can put that information out there, make use of it to the best of your ability. I mean, so I projected LinkedIn because it's about the fastest and the easiest you can access. So that's the digital dashboard. On LinkedIn, you can bring in your post from GitHub and put it there. Even from your blog post, you can put there, and vice versa, and share across all your network. And even you can do broadcast on your WhatsApp contacts to say, check out my blog post. I do it. I mean, I write articles on LinkedIn, right? And share the link to my WhatsApp. Sometimes I just go to my LinkedIn and share my profile on WhatsApp or other platform just so that I get that traffic to come to my page, sometimes. But I just try to sometimes limit it so that it does not look like I'm actively looking for a job for my employer who now can catch me somewhere. So yes, I hope that answers it. Chinwe.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for that question, Chinyere. Peter. Okay, you know what? We'll just take Peter last, and that will be the end of the Q&A. So, Peter, you can quickly shoot, please.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Warith. Thank you so much.
Please, let's mute our mic.
Hello?
Tijani Kinde, please mute your mic. Thank you. Peter, please hold on. I have to disable the mic for her. All right, you can go on, Peter.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Warith. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all you said. It's really insightful. Yes.
Thank you.
I want to get clarification on what you said earlier. You made mention of certification opens the door, but skills keeps you inside the job. And again, you said practical experience separates candidates from just certificates. And I've inquired, Nigerian HRs, I think they are based on certificates, not really they don't like see what you have on your CV, on your resume, like this is what you have. So like in that aspect, I want like, are we like to focus on the practical aspect or the skills or just the certificate? Because of course you can actually do the two certificate and the practical aspect on that's the skills. But like we should focus on one. I have some persons that okay, they are focused on just certificate. They want to have that certifications and to build it. While some persons like I want to have this skill. Let me just acquire this skill, not majorly focusing on certificate. So now I want to ask like, are you which aspect are you saying we should really like focus on? Like this is because of course we should focus on one. Which aspect are you advising we should actually build on, like focus on? I want to
So
really get that.
yeah, so I mean, as much as you can, right? If you can focus on all certification, then build the skills, the practical skills. So like you read out from my presentation that certification opens the doors. What that means basically is, so as the hiring manager, I tell HR I need an entry level cybersecurity person. I know that entry level does not even necessarily mean no experience at all. So for entry level, you're saying, oh, okay, 1 to 2 years experience in maybe IT or or something like that, right? I don't expect a fresh, I mean, it happens now. I don't expect a fresh graduate or someone from NYC to have a CEH straight up, right? But come and tell me that during your NYC, maybe you went for this training, and even if you can show the certificate of attendance, I personally as hiring manager, I would want to talk to you, right? And I'm telling you this because I've conducted, interviews. I can tell you for free. I have hired someone into cybersecurity, and she currently works on my team. I think I'm not sure she's supposed to be on this call. I've had someone for an entry level role. First, she finished. I think I have two of them actually. One of them was a graduate of microbiology, right? She worked on my
Okay.
team. She worked on my team as an information security officer before, and she's currently in the UK, right? The second one is also a management graduate. After NYC, our experience was based in business administration and all of that. I conducted the interview and hired the person. So HR does not have the decision; it is the hiring manager. So if you also look through my presentation, I put it there that what they're looking to hire is your curiosity. Is this person willing to learn? Is this person teachable? Right? How fast are you able to grab this concept? I can tell you for free. This person, this lady I'm talking about currently works on my team, right? And she has been doing that for about a year now. And I mean, somebody that has worked in a security team for a year, then what is left? Then she now starts to build. And even as I speak, I can tell you she currently does not hold, and the person does not hold a cybersecurity certification, so to say, because it is not time. I don't expect you to go and write an exam that is expensive and you now fail. So the truth about even the certification is you need a level of understanding of this concept for you to even pass these exams. Well, except if you are going to, just rely on, DOMs that you just cram and. But then even if you are going to use, stuff to pass the exam, you need to understand the concepts, right? I've written the exams and failed. Just so that you know. Right? I've written the exams and failed. So it happens. So you can do a mix, right? You need to have this, practical. So gaining the practical experience or the practical knowledge does not necessarily mean that you have to be an expert. It's just your ability to be able to, understand the concepts. You can explain what these concepts are, what is happening if you are given a scenario. Do you understand? There's no certification
Yes.
for how to protect from a ransomware attack. But you need to understand the breeding blocks of a ransomware attack. So you need to know that you need endpoint security. Endpoint security is what will not allow a phishing link to come into your environment. Right. So what is endpoint security? Oh, you need an antivirus, so you need an EDR, an XDR, all these things. Guess what? If you read end to end the entire CH book, maybe XDR will only be mentioned 5 times. Do you understand? So
Yes, please.
there are underground, concepts that needs to give you that honor. So once you understand how to put these pieces together, right, work for a period, you have the practical experience, and it is easier for you to go into any exam, right? And you're not just going to even read you're going to an exam to now, you can now pass certification. So certifications opens the doors. It's just okay. When I see this person has a CEH, yeah, I want to talk to you. Then I come and have a conversation with you, and I discover that you really don't understand what you're talking about. Then what's the point? I would rather pick someone that does not have that certification, but is even willing, to learn the concept, shows that they are inquisitive enough, right, and put them on the team, than somebody that has the certification. And of course, you now believe that, with that certification, you can get anything. I don't know if that answers you.
Yes, I'm clarified now. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank you
much. I
very
really
So
appreciate
much.
it. Thank you so
Peter,
much.
thank you for that question. Thank you. Actually, I noticed that you were jotting because you were reading the words. You're on the right path, Peter. Thank you. Well done. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. So I have just one question, just one, and that will be the end of it all. So you were talking about certifications and writing exams, and over the couple of years we've been speaking with people, especially regarding certifications. One of the questions we usually get is, or concerns, is usually how expensive, the certifications are. People have concerns that why do I even have to learn in the first place when I might not even be able to eventually afford to pay and buy a CEH and say I want to sit down and write the exam. So now, I don't know whether you were ever in any position where you had that challenge of, just putting money together to write this exam. There are people on this call, because we have some interns on this call that are actually looking to write, but money is a problem. What were the ways you actually find a solution to that, and you were able to solve the money challenge when it comes to cybersecurity exams?
Okay. I mean, practically, and again, like I said, so that's one of the reasons why certifications should not be the first thing that comes to fore. Make sure to gather the right knowledge and the right skills. If you are able to land a job, right, without the certification. Now, I'm not saying forget certifications and you go and look for how to get a job. No. If you can, fine. But if you are not able to, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. But if you can, employ these other pathways or these solutions, like, gaining practical experience, building your own lab, understanding, and you get a job, then that job, right, now finances your certification journey. And you may be lucky. Plenty organizations right now, as part of the remuneration package, you have learning and growth, training and development. So your employer now also they give you a training budget, because of course, like I said, nobody's employing you without training. They also want, as the organization is moving, as things are evolving, you should also evolve. So that job also now finances your training expectation, your training needs, right? Then there's also the part of somehow personal savings, the scholarships, like, which I know that is also part of the perks of this program. I mean, for I think the top performers are getting discounts and and things like that. So yeah, of course the certification bodies, and because most of them are not even based in Nigeria, so the institutions, you need to make payments in dollars and things like that. So if you are not able to afford from your pockets, right, you can explore. I know there are lots. I know there are some institutions that offers scholarships and things like that, internship programs that will come with discounts and things like that. But then if you are lucky and you are eventually able to even land a job, right, without the certifications, then the organization, I know that they have budgets, for training needs, training and development as part of your package, which is even one of the things that you would discuss during the interview to see, if I get this job, am I open to, trainings and, and certifications and things like that. So yeah, for me, to answer your question directly, right, I did not have an industry certification when I got my first job, right? I started from being an intern at a networking firm. So my experience from the internship got me an IT support role, right? And all I could present at the time were certificates of attendance for trainings like this, not an industry certification, right? So I got into IT support, and networking experience, IT support experience now was not able to pay for my first certification, right, through my earnings. So yeah, it's a journey. This is just to answer your question practically.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Thank you so much. We're really grateful. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Please,
you.
everyone, can we appreciate Mr. Warith? Thank you so much for your time. We really overshot the time. That was not the intention, but I want to believe everyone on the call. Please, can I have more hands? Can we have more hands, more appreciation? Drop comments in the chat, just appreciating. I want to believe that this is not a waste of your time. You've learned a lot. Please connect with Mr. Warith on LinkedIn. Everyone on the call. Well, I don't have to be telling you to do that actually. I mean, you should have done that yesterday, right? So connect with him on LinkedIn. I mean, based on what he has said and how this session has gone, he has a lot to do, to offer, for your career growth and progression. So thank you so much, Mr. Warith. We're grateful for the time and effort. I mean, the slides, everything. We're really grateful. On behalf of Mr. Dotun
Thanks for having
and
me.
all the team, we just want to say thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you very
right.
much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, so let me just share my screen again. We're still in party mode. We're in party mode. We're graduating for the Ashebio and the people on the call. We've gotten the very essential one out of the way. And let me just say that the video will be uploaded on our YouTube page and we share the link with you. So just keep an eye out because we always do that. And because we know that these are relevant information that we want to make use of. Okay, so what we're supposed to do next is to hear feedback from you regarding the program and everything, but we're going to skip that and I'm going to allow my colleague, Glory, continue to, Mr. Waria said a lot about, how to start, where to start and all that. So, Glory, please, you can take it up from here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Hi. I'm showing my face for the very first time. Mr. Samuel, please the screen.
Can you see the screen?
No, not yet. Mr. Maris is still presenting.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
Hello,
All right.
everyone. Please stay on the call. We're going to be doing an announcement about your results, the discounts, and everything. So stay on the call. Don't worry, we'll be done soon. We'll be done soon, but yes, stay on the call. So I've been singing this, and I'm here to tell you again officially. I'll be starting. Okay, officially about what we do at Sardonyx Education. So basically what we do at Sardonyx Education is we help people launch their careers in cybersecurity. And if you're already into the industry of cybersecurity, we help you upgrade your cybersecurity path, career path. So basically what we do is we take you from beginners to professionals. So that means helping you with trainings, webinars, like this, and this is obviously graduation ceremony, but we also hold webinars for people through different events and also certification exams, just like Mr. Warith mentioned about the certifications and trainings. Both are very important, but he mentioned that your skill set, your certification is not as important as your skill set, and I am very glad that he mentioned, and he also mentioned trainings that you should take, beginner trainings, beginner friendly trainings that he mentioned that you should take, computer security plus, ISC, and also CCT, certified cybersecurity technician. These are all trainings that Sardonyx Education offer to total beginners for them to take, so that they are cybersecurity journey can be smooth. And also because we understand the confusion we get from people, I have said this before, the confusion we get from people about people that do not know that there is an offensive and a defensive side. That is why we have given people the CCT training. The CCT training takes in both this defensive side and the offensive side. It includes all sides of cybersecurity. So basically, if you're coming in for the CCT training, the CCT training is 6 weeks, and also the trainings have labs will be shared with you, totally practicals. I'm very sure we have people on this call that are already taking CCT. Then for CEH is an advanced training. I would really like to ask one of our students to come on board and speak about the training, but our time is fast spent. So the training is for 2 months, and also labs will be shared with you. This is a much more intensive training. And just like Mr. Warith mentioned, he said he would not advise any graduate to just take CH immediately. You need foundational courses. You need foundational classes like Computer Security Plus, ISC, or Certified Cybersecurity Technician, just like he mentioned. Then we have the CSA, the second analyst, and the CHFI. Those are also professional, personal and professional trainings. We also have people on this call that have taken those trainings. Also, like we also have trainings like CND, just like Mr. Warith mentioned. He took the train with us last year, December, and we have to say that on behalf of Sardonyx, that we're very, very proud of what Mr. Warith is doing out there in the world. We are very proud of him, because it is one thing for someone to train, for him to train with us, and another thing to see his great work out there. And we generally cannot wait for everybody here also to come to Sardonyx, so that you can also become great out there and become like Mr. Warith also. So yes, that is it for our trainings. You can send me a DM. We'll be posting the WhatsApp link for you to send me a DM. You can send me a DM and we'll be talking about it. So yes, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. I know that we're taking your time from your loved ones by, don't worry, we take too much of the time anymore, but by the graduation ceremony, but trust me, I know it was worth it and it was valuable. In fact, this graduation ceremony is literally our Valentine's Day. So we are unveiling our Valentine discounts to everyone. The Valentine special offer, all of these trainings are available, and only 6 slots available for each trainings. Please read on the screen. We have CCT, we have CH available, we have Computer Security Plus, we have CH, we have CPENT, and we have Certified SOC Analyst, CHFI, and Certified Threat Intelligence Analyst. These trainings, the other trainings that I mentioned, are also professional and advanced trainings. So CCT, all of these trainings have 40% off. So let's say, for instance, CCT is 250,000 naira. You only get to pay 150,000 naira. Like, that is a whooping sum, taking off the money. So because we love you so much, and we love you so much, and you're basically our students, we are giving you these gifts. Accept this gift from us, and you should send us a DM on WhatsApp, also text your community manager, whatever group you are in, about the discounts, and we'll register you for the class immediately. We have a class starting very soon. I advise everybody to take advantage of this opportunity, just like Mr. Mariwaris mentioned, when Mr. Samuel asked about how we did it, about the certifications and also the internships, it was like you will see a lot of opportunities with discounts, and this is one of them. Genuinely, I do not want to, I have said a lot about CCT, I've said a lot about CH, I've said a lot about all of the trainings already. I just need to tell you that this is your best bet. I'm looking into your eyes and I am telling you that this is your best bet when it comes to cybersecurity. This is your best bet, because you are not only coming to Sardonyx as, oh, okay, I want to do CEH. I have people that have come into my DM and they've told me that they want to do CND, they want to do SOC analyst, and I have to advise them that you have prior training in cybersecurity. So you're not just coming to get any kind of trainings. We're not just going to call you outside when we are done with you. Also, we have our alumni students on the call also. So it's like, how do I put this? It's like you are literally being guided every step of the way. You do not want to miss this opportunity. Do you understand? So yes, take advantage of the Valentine option. And finally, I'd like to speak about the posting. Please, just like Mr. Warith mentioned about posting about your progress and connecting with other cybersecurity professionals. If you take this, I think there was a year. I mean, we all know there people take the popular thing to take. Most of the one of the popular tech to take now is probably like data analysis and all of that. A lot of people will take those trainings on WhatsApp online, and they would not post about their progress. Just like Mr. Warith mentioned, you can see on the screen when he mentions that, okay, this week, this is what I learned. And every week, I always tell everybody that every week you should post what you are learning on this training. You should post what you are learning. We've been getting a few tags from people, but I wanted to tag what you have learned from this training if you've watched all the recordings, and also talk about how the training was seamless for you, how the class recordings was made available to you, the training modules, how they were made available to you. Post it on LinkedIn, post it on Twitter. Everybody tag each other. In fact, I would would have a section during this week where everybody is going to post their own social media handles so that everybody can connect together within this training. We start from each other, but also please connect with cybersecurity professionals, huge cybersecurity professionals, comment, reply post, and also on this training, what you have learned from this training, please post about it. You are building something, and I genuinely wish that you would continue you would not give up. Please do not give up. Mr. Christos mentioned at the beginning, Mr. Mariwaris mentioned it. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. So yes, thank you very much. And also, I would like to speak about our Google distant. Please, on our Google platform, please go to our Google platform, our Google Sardonyx Education on Google, and leave a 5-star review for us, and also leave a very great review. Tell them about the training. It's not like basically just tell them what you feel like. Just feel free, and generally, just overcome that fear of, oh, what do I have to post? My post has to be perfect. I said to God, you are going to be making like 1,000 posts in cybersecurity, making more. So what is a few wrong posts? And if you make a wrong post, you delete it and you post another one. What matters is your consistency. And finally, I'd like to speak about the YouTube channel. We've been seeing the views you people are watching. That is good. I am telling you now that it is available for a very long time, forever, for you to go back to. Your trainings are available for you to go back to. So yes, thank you very much, sir. We want to hear from you. I'm going to be giving everybody, do you have any questions about the trainings? I want to know, please raise your hand if you have any questions. Let me quickly take questions from you so that we can wrap it up. Do we have any question? Let me check the chat. Do we have any questions? I don't think so. Do we have any questions? Because I know Mr. Warith mentioned some certifications, and most of you might have questions about how much those certifications are. Please send me a DM. You mentioned certification, and you also mentioned some trainings also. So these are not things that you're new to, but in case you still have questions, please send me a DM. Let us talk, or send a DM to your group admin, wherever group you're on. On the absence of no questions at all. Are we sure we have no questions? Okay, I can say something in the chat. Please, what's the duration of this promo? Pay now, no. Text me. Pay now. Yeah, because that's what we do. Pay now. But yes, by next week, this week we'll be announcing the expiry date for the promo. But the promo is not for too long. I mean, we love you guys so much. That's why we're extending it. Valentine is just for 1 day. It's just for 1 day. So.
And Gori, also the fact that the class that is starting later this month,
yes,
all this promo is aimed towards that. So
yes.
This month.
Yes, I mentioned that already. We're having trainings. We have CCT, we have CEH, we have CCT, we have CEH, we have Computer Security Plus starting this month. I already have registrations. So this is us extending our love to you, you know, to pay for the program, to pay for the trainings and come and join. It's time for you to start now. Well, I went 2026. When did 2001 pass? When? Like when? No. 2026 already. So this is time. This is the time. This is the time. I don't need to talk too much. Just send us a DM. So yes, I would think I'll be handing over to Mr. Samuel now so that we can hear from everyone. Want to hear from everybody. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Thank you, Glory. Okay, so we usually do this thing where we try to improve this program as much as possible. You know, I mentioned earlier that we usually have this program occurring. Last year we had one. This year we're going to have like 3 or more. So we always want to improve. And one of the ways to do that is actually to get your feedback. Since you were all part of the program, to let us know what we can improve on, to let us know whether what went well, what could be better, what we could do better. You know, we're just asking for your sincere feedback on the entire program in just a couple of minutes. And then, you know, the next thing we'll do is just we'll announce the graduates, we'll drop the list of results, and then we'll call it a day. All right. So please, I need hands up. You know, I think I'll take like 5 people. Just give us your feedback about the program. You know, for some of you that have been, I want to appreciate you people. You people are so good. You can also take time to do that, right? I know Abib has been doing that all the time, right? So let's hear from other people. If no one is raising their hand, I'll call you guys. I'm looking at a particular name, that person. I will call that person, but I'm waiting for the person to raise his or her hand. Okay. All right. So please, let's raise our hand. We want your feedback on the program, how it was for you, what challenges you faced, and what we can do subsequently for other people that will be participating in the program. I'm not seeing any hands, so let me start with Badmos Aliyah. Badmos Aliyah. So please, you can unmute and just speak. We'll take about 5 people. Badmos Aliyah. All right, Badmos, we're waiting for you to unmute so that you can, you know, share your feedback with us. Badmos Aliyah. And then the next person I'll call is Oruwori. You know I will call you already, so I'm sure you are not surprised. So Badmos and then Oruwori. All right. Badmos, I can't we can't hear you. You haven't unmuted. Or Oruwori, you can go if Badmos is unavailable.
All right. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say that the program for me was very. I don't even know the word to use, but you know, just having a system where you are not just trained, but you are also educated as to what happens in the industry. You know, beyond the education, beyond learning the skill set, understanding how it translates to business value, how it translates to the kind of work you'll be doing, you know, that really did something for me personally. You know, it challenged me to see myself in a different light and to see or approach what I'm doing in a different light, understanding that this is beyond just a skill set, it's a career. All right. I just want to say thank you to the whole team. They have really been helpful, our tutors and everyone, all, you know, the organization and everything has put it so well for us. Personally, I don't really think I had any issue because, you know, there were always clarifications, you know, the group and every, you know, medium of communication was just used to enhance our learning experience, which was very helpful, you know, very helpful. And then also, you know, at the early time, we tried to get the recordings, but, you know, down the line, it was something that, you know, we didn't have issues with. So I'm just really grateful for the experience, honestly, really grateful. And I think anyone who has the chance to be part of this would be, you know, doing themselves a great service. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Rory. Really grateful for your feedback. Thank you. Precious gift. I told you that's where I'll be calling your name. Precious gift or precious gift. We'll take you next. I'm still waiting for Badmus though. All right, Precious, you can go on.
Yes, sir. So,
Your
good
audio is
afternoon,
very
everyone.
low. We can't hear you clearly. Very,
Okay,
very
is it
low.
better now?
Okay, it's a bit better.
All right. So, I want to say a big thank you to Sardonyx. Thanks to the tutors, thanks to the organizers. It has indeed been a challenging journey for me because I was doing quite a lot of things at the time. During the first phase, in fact, I even missed our exam dates to be this week, and I must say preparing for the exam was challenging because I noticed like 2 days to the dates that I missed all the dates. So something else that really bothered me during the program was the fact that the recordings were dropped late. I know that there might have been some issues and the likes, but I really appreciate it if next time the recordings will be dropped on time, because it was those the first 2 weeks I had quite a lot of time in my hands and there were no recordings to go through and the likes. So thanks again, once again, and that's just the only thing I feel there should be a bit of improvement on. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Precious. I know recording. I want to say apart from recording, but I know we can't escape that because we all know that that's one of the major one. And thank you, Precious. Really appreciate your feedback. Prince, you raise your hand so you can shoot next. Please let's turn on our video too, right? I mean, Mr. Wari turned on his video, Glory, I did. So let's do so that capture your face. Let's also see how.
Good day, everyone.
Yes, Prince. Prince, your
So,
video, please.
okay, please hold on, I'm coming.
All right. Okay.
I'm currently in a very dark room, actually. So,
okay.
Yes. So, for me, this has been the greatest opportunity I've actually gotten. As a cybersecurity graduate, looking for a job and trying to balance so many things all together, having a very stressful week, and one of the things I was thinking of is, how are you guys? How is the team? How is Sadnox team able to come during the weekends and teach for so long? I was thinking about it, like you teach on Saturdays and Sundays, and I believe you have schedules all through the week. So I mean, it is a very huge shout out to the team for the endless efforts to make sure that we learn, for pushing us, and that's the reason why every single time, even when I am so tired, even when I just get courage from the fact that if you guys can still be here being so busy, then there is no excuse that I have. So the only thing I would say is just the recording, like the other lady just said. Aside that, every other thing is on point. Every other thing is on point. You are patient. You are very, very patient with us. You are understanding. In fact, it's actually an honor to be here, to be honest. So I'm very, very grateful and I'm thankful. And I want to encourage that you are actually blessing people with this. I am one of them. Not everybody will say this, but not everybody have the opportunity that other people have in this place. So for those of us that will understand, this is a blessing. Even if it's some people will say it's just a training, but yes, it is a blessing. I have learned a lot. Me being a graduate, I have learned a lot from this place. There's so many things I know now that I did not know in school. And so I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prince. I want to shed a tear or two there because that was quite, but don't worry, I won't cry. Thank you so much. That's a very heartfelt feedback. Thank you. I really appreciate. I'll take 3 people more, but I want to call, if you want to speak, you can actually raise your hand, but I want to call Kim Zadok. I saw your name and I'm quite fascinated. I'm like, I be Chinese one. We have a Chinese individual on our program. I know we have some foreigners. We have an Indian on the program and all. But Kim Zadok, please, you can turn on your video and just speak to us. Thank you.
Okay, hi. Good morning. I'm actually not Chinese. I'm
Oh,
Nigerian, Plateau State.
oh, okay. Okay, please you
Um,
can go on.
okay, sorry, I've not been fully focused. I've been bobbing in and out. The first few weeks actually for the program have been insightful to me. And also I would like to say that some of the information I also got from the beginning, the first few weeks were some things that I could recall on my own because I started the journey on my own. I didn't have a mentor, so when I saw this, I actually quickly applied, and so far so good. It has been great. The first few weeks of the entry level training has been an eye opener. I would say, although sometimes the 4 hours may seem too long, but it's been okay. Yes,
Thank
sorry for
you.
noise.
Okay.
Sorry for this. Yeah, and I actually hope to put in my best this coming weeks for the rest of the internship and see how it goes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim Zadok. Sorry I confused you for a Chinese. I mean, for obvious reasons, right? Okay,
Okay.
so there's someone I want to call, but I don't know your name, but I want to believe you're on the call. So you were the one that spoke up when we wrote the exam, and we said time up. The lady that spoke up and said, "Oh, no, please, so it's not our fault, or something like that." If you could recall, Adib, you remember the lady, right? But I can't really recall her name. I really want her to speak. Um, Abib, this lady was the one that helped you now. You should be able to remember her name.
Sorry, Mr. So I forgot. I wrote her name, but unfortunately, the my record book is in my office.
Oh,
I wrote
okay.
it down that day because I prayed for her after that favor. Even though I
Okay.
still end up not meeting up the mark though, but at least the joy you have when you are able to push
Yeah,
through to the end.
yeah.
And so can I use this opportunity to say my own one or two, please?
Okay, you can, please. Shoot.
Okay, sir. So, sir, please help me extend my gratitude and appreciation to the whole Sardonyx team, starting with yourself, Balogun, Miss Balogun, Mr. Timilein. I call him Jagaban personally because that's personal. Don't let me go deep. And then Mr. The last tutor, I used to forget his name.
Isaiah.
Mr. Isaiah, yes. Today I was able to add his picture to the voice. Though they are a bit what's it called? The voice sounds like someone with a small stature, but when I saw his picture this morning, I was like, no wonder. Sometimes you have a very tiny and sweet voice with a big engine, and sometimes it's the other way around. Don't let me take much of our time. I just want to say a big thank you, and I pray to God Almighty to continue to bless the organization, bless the staff, and I also congratulate everybody that was able to push through to the end. And believe me, sir, Mr. Sam, the course we had, as much stressful as it is, as time taking as it is, it's really worth it because it opened my eyes to a whole lot of things. You won't believe it. I had a train trip to Abeokuta yesterday. I was telling the team we went there together just for a tour though. I was trying to tell them, I learned there's a free Wi-Fi in this train. And I'm telling you, me, Habib, I won't connect to it. I say, why? See everybody. There's one honorable at the first class section. This. I say, no, me, I'm not connecting. I've learned not to accept free lunch just like that because there are lots of things. I don't even charge my phone through the free whatever because this course opened my eye to so many things. Like, you know, when you are in a gathering or something, bros, power bank in, I start thinking I'm on the defensive side now, right now, and I've tried to educate my family, my contacts that, Egbon, like you better be careful. Come on, your OP, Zenith, everything, bang, 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 bang. You cost it too. So I've been educating them. I've been telling them, but they were saying, yeah, but you want to man shit telling? I said, bros, that was then. No, I'm a new Habib now. This, that. So they were like, oh, that's true. You know, it is all accolade, all thanks to Sardonyx for the eye opening. Just like someone said earlier, he said, how did he put it? That is a graduate. Sardonyx taught him things he never. A whole lot of us. I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Sam. Sardonyx has done well, and I'm just assuring them this is not going to just go like that. Of course, some of us is going to come down to register, and a whole lot of good things will still be coming. Just trust, inshallah. So, a big thank you to everybody. Special thanks to Mr. Samuel, the love emoji man, Mr. Timilein, Balogun, and Oga.
Isaiah, Mr.
Mr.
Christus.
Isaiah, yes, and the third instructor,
Samson.
Mr. Samson, yes. So please help me extend my regards to them. And I'm looking forward to coming down to the office in person, as in hard copy. I would like to meet everybody one-on-one. And I'm going to as well speak to you, Mr. Samuel, much later, inshallah.
Yeah.
So,
thank you.
To all my colleagues and everybody, God will bless all that we're going to do moving forward.
Amen. Thank you so much, Habib.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We really appreciate. I think we can just, but we didn't have a lady speak. All our ladies, Benedetta, Chisalem, what's going on? Please, let's have a lady at least before we close the chapter here. So, a lady on the call. We just need a lady to speak. Omotayo.
Sir, I'm a lady now, and I already spoke.
Oh, okay.
He's
looking as if he didn't. Sorry. Actually, sorry, precious. All right. Okay. So let's just have one more lady. Benedetta, I called your name earlier, so you can just support Precious so that we have a balanced arrangement. Benedetta, I hope you are a lady though, because the other name is AZ, and I'm quite uncertain. So you can unmute if you can, and just speak. Benedetta. And
yes, sir.
Okay, please, you can go
on. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for everything. I just want to appreciate everybody, the team, the organizer, and the instructors, like everybody. Thank you guys for all you've been doing for us, the teaching and the impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Benedetta. Thank you so much, everyone. We've really overshot our time. So without further ado, we go into the reveal. Okay, so Glory, please, can you help me prepare? How do we do this? Okay, so let's do it this way. We have a review of course, I told us that we have the results ready, we've compiled everything. Well, now let me quickly make this announcement. So it's not everybody attended the program that will be getting a certificate, and I'll explain why. The reason is because from our end, we put in a lot of things together to ensure that we are able to have the program. But at the same time, we don't want a situation where, for instance, some people attended the program just once, even that once they attended, maybe they stay for an hour, we can't give certificate to someone like that compared to someone that was in all the classes, took the exam, and all. Now, there were some people that took the exam, they were not in class. There were some people that were in class, they didn't take the exam. So a lot of mixed thing. So we're not being vendetta against anybody in particular. So what we decided was that we're going to have a cutoff, and I think I announced it. In fact, the cutoff I announced was 55. That's okay, if you were consistent in class, so we had a cutoff for attendance too, that at least you should be able to attend up to 3 classes out of the 8 classes we had, 3 or 4, right? Some people couldn't even meet up to, like, imagine, 3 out of 8. Some people couldn't even meet up, with that cutoff. So 3 or 4 in class, and then 55 for exams. But then when the team sat together again, we revealed it that quite a number of people will not be getting certificates if you do it this way. So we brought down the cutoff again from 55 to 50. So saying that if you score up to 50 in the exam and you were in class up to 3 to 4 times out of the 8 classes we had, you will be getting a certificate from us. So Glory, please drop the Glory, if you have access to the document, download it as PDF and drop it on the group. I'll forward it to the SIP group too, so that the people that will get certificates can see themselves. You see your score and your names. All right. But we have some, when I was checking results, I'm like, you people sabi. You people are actually sabi, and it's really good. You guys really, really made us proud. So the top 8 performance based on attendance and the results are, voila. So these are the top 8 performance. Okawo Steven scored 98. Felix Osumile scored 96. we had a lot of 90. I just have to, if I want to do top anything, I'll have to do like top 20 to capture people in 90 something category alone, right? And it was quite intense. So I just have to call top 8. So Okewo Steven, Felix, Boluwaga, Adegbenro, Iyola Boluwatife, Chidima Favor, Collins, Gidel Wilson, Olusonya, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are the top performers. And top performance does not mean that, other people did not do anything, did not do well. We're just recognizing you because in the exam, you obviously put in your effort and you were able to score the top scores. Now, I am especially proud. I am Glory. I don't know if Okewo Stephen is on the call. It would be good to have him on the call, actually. All right. Okewo Stephen is part of the cyber entry program, not SAIP. So that means it's not even an intern. So that means it's likely he was not even maybe that versatile in cybersecurity before he joined the program, and he's called the highest. It does not mean that every other person does not try, right? But we're just proud that means he probably just went through the trainings, the materials we shared and everything, and he was able to get that number of score. Thank you so much, everyone. These are just the number of people that scored high. The rest of you, you did amazing. We are proud of you. We are proud of your score. And please be reminded, the contest here is not who scored the highest, who did not score the highest. We're just recognizing this to appreciate their effort, right? So please don't look down on yourself because you didn't score up to 50 or anything like that. Just ensure that this is not the end. This is not the end of the journey for you and for other people on the call too, that were not on the call, because there are a lot of you that were in classes but are not in the graduation call today. All right. So thank you to all of you, our top performers. We appreciate you deeply and sincerely. And then we want to specially recognize someone. Okay, we want to specially recognize Habib for obvious reason, actually. I think in all the classes, the energy he brings in is just really amazing. And I'm not saying this because he's on the call. Even if he's not on the call, his name is already on the slide. This Jesse is Arsenal Jesse. So I'm assuming that Habib is probably an Arsenal fan, because the level of dedication and seriousness and is an Arsenal fan. They are the ones that usually have that kind of energy that, oh, I am
I'm not
committed to you people.
Arsenal, Oga. I'm not Arsenal fan, no. Though
You should actually consider
I
it.
wa- actually I really don't watch football. I know that will sound odd, but because
Oh,
I've
okay.
had cases when I wore Chelsea top and Arsenal knicker because my elder brother is a Chelsea fan, while my junior brother is an Arsenal fan. So whenever they order their jersey, they used to buy for me. So on that fateful day, I went to the pitch to work out normally. I'm a gym instructor though. So, and I combined the two. I just observed everybody was just looking at me like one. I was thinking maybe because I look fine or something. And a lady walked up to me like, what kind of woman being are you? What kind of combination is this? I was just like, what did I do? How would you put Chelsea on Arsenal? I was like, then dash me. Oh. But thank you anyway. I really appreciate it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so especially recognizing you. Thank you for the energy. Just keep it up, keep it up. We don't want to do any, paparazzi, but thank you for always appreciating our instructor. I mean, it's encouraging. And I tell them that you can actually hear what the students are saying on the call. So we really appreciate you. And thank you for joining the program and also propagating the good news of cybersecurity, to your contacts and everyone around you too. Thank you so much, Habib. We appreciate you.